something with Bayern. Whenever Bayern plays in the Champions League and then they go back to the Bundesliga, they always either tie the game or they lose. I've seen it so many times. Last season, Bayern played Champions League game and then they got beaten at home by Bochum.
Yeah.
3-2. And Bochum is now relegated.
Guys, and we back. Obviously, a new week, and we gave you guys a script. Brandon, you gave another script again from the weekend.
Yeah, it's just what I do. I'm a mystic man. That's what they call me.
Clean bet and win.
I deserve an apology from you guys who were fading my bets, saying that Wolves are going to score against Man City and so on. Including you.
Yeah.
And so, I was pumped last weekend.
All the bets, about 4 bets.
And I said Real Madrid will get a penalty and Mbappe will score. And that exactly happened.
Exactly so.
And it was crazy. You also said the same thing. You said Arsenal might lose to Man United, and Man United actually won them.
Everything. So it was just a script. All your bets got in, and then also Champions League bets, huge bets. I mean, we put these bets here. We spoke about PSG. We knew that it would not be easy to score against Newcastle. They'll kick a lot of shots and everything. So we put out the scripts. Weekend scripts, Champions League scripts. Look at all the bets.
We have the scripts. I think we have the scripts.
But yeah, I think that's it. But yeah, I mean, we're beginning a new episode. Obviously, we'll be giving new bets, good things in the episodes, reactions, and very interesting things, guys. Thank you guys for always liking, sharing, subscribing, and please go ahead and keep on doing that. We appreciate. To start our reactions for today, the first game we want to look at the Champions League. It's been very good, right? First thing, Chelsea qualified, Barcelona qualified. There's nothing to yap about here. We all qualified.
Yeah, there's nothing to yap about. The only thing is that you have to look up to find Barcelona. But it was actually amusing. I just have one question for you, though. Why were you talking on match day 6 and 7? You knew that was not the end of the thing.
You guys were just lucky, to be honest.
We're lucky. What do you mean we're lucky?
They were winning you 1-0 before you even came.
Brother, we scored 4-1. We won 4-1. We won by a goal difference of +3.
You guys are happy.
You guys barely won. You guys could have lost. You guys barely won. Napoli.
We won the champions of Spain.
Napoli.
People are winning a team.
Champions of what?
People are winning a team from
Denmark.
You won what? The champions of Italy, sorry.
Champions Italy. Napoli could not defeat 10-man Copenhagen.
It doesn't mean.
It doesn't mean, right? Of course, it doesn't mean. But anyways, that was a good Champions League game from most of the teams except Madrid, who couldn't win without a penalty from the referee. They lost to Benfica. Benfica's goalkeeper scored, so that was crazy.
Last minute of the game, last action of the game, Benfica's goalkeeper scored a header. Mourinho told him, go ahead.
Oh, yeah,
guys,
exactly.
Mourinho is just a big coach.
They actually did a second goal, so that was interesting.
So they just sneaked in 24th team in the UCL, got in qualified, so it was an extremely very, very good game. Benfica versus Real Madrid. Extremely good game, and kudos to Mourinho. He keeps on showing he's a good coach and everything, but what a Champions League.
He's the special one. He's a special one for a reason.
He's a special one. And this Champions League has just showed us one thing. Once they change the format, you can say that you have 5 Premier League teams in the top 8. It just keeps on showing you the level of competition in the Premier League. And even though we're talking about La Liga and everything, I think the main thing we have to look at here is that other leagues need to invest in more money in their leagues. I think the main issue here is that in Spain, they're capping off how much you can spend on a team and everything. Because I know some of these big business people, all of these oil people, they are willing to buy La Liga teams and spend much money on the teams. It's just very boring when you have a couple of teams just being on top. It's not only in La Liga, by the way. It's same thing in France, for example, Bundesliga. I think they need to invest more in their teams, pay their players more, attract bigger names, and then boost up the league.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be something that it's going to take time, because Spain and Germany, especially, they take pride in their style of the game. They take pride in playing German players across the board. So, it's kind of like, well, if they get into that sort of thing where they export or import a lot of players, it can do a lot of, it can change the culture of German football. So they have the reasons why. But then the Premier League, they've added all this cap stuff where you can buy players from, like, look at Chelsea. Chelsea signed 2 players or more this January window. Can you imagine? But anyways, that's besides the point. But yeah, I think the Premier League teams are doing extremely very well in the Champions League, and you can see that 5 teams in the top 8. That's crazy. But without ado, we're gonna jump right straight into the past weekend. My favorite Premier League team, Liverpool, lost to Bournemouth
After we spoke about Bournemouth.
Oh my
Bournemouth
gosh.
had no players, like none of the big players, no Semenyo, no Tinhirse,
Nothing.
nothing.
No Adams. And they actually still lost 3-2. In the end, heartbreaking loss. 2-2, and then you had a corner kick or whatever it was. And that guy just scored, and that was it.
Yeah.
Defense is basically you and I.
I don't know, like, guys, I think Van Dijk has been overhyped. No, he has been a very great defender. He's been a great defender and everything. But to put him at the level or talking about him that he's more than John Terry or Nemanja Vidic or maybe Rio Ferdinand, I don't know how, but technically I feel like he's declined for some reason, even though they're saying he has not declined that way, but I feel like he has gone down a lot, to be honest.
Do you think if you put Rio Ferdinand at his age in Van Dijk's spot right now, he's going to do better?
I think he's going to do better for sure.
Interesting.
I just feel like Van Dijk doesn't have the mentality. Even though he has been a good player, I feel like Van Dijk, I've never seen Van Dijk has, even if you look at even the Liverpool side has been winning for as long as possible. I've never seen Van Dijk as a mentality person that would be like, hey, do this, commanding the team. You hardly even see him like...
When Liverpool had no one when they won the EFL Cup, so against Chelsea.
That was the only game, and he scored a header. It's not... That's the only game I can remember.
And he scored a header against Bournemouth too, man.
The thing is that you don't see Van Dijk as a commanding person that brings people together. You don't see Van Dijk as a kind of leader that brings people together and does things together. I just don't see him as that kind of player. So even if Rio Ferdinand is not playing like the way or the level or everything, but you feel some extra passion. You can see John Terry jumping in with his head and talking. So, yeah, it's crazy.
Well, that's one game they've lost in a long time. They've been tying many games now they lost. But I think they'll bounce back, though. They'll bounce back. They just have to figure out the defense. I don't understand. You just concede so many goals. But we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
I'm going to wait this weekend and see what they do against Newcastle.
Another surprising one. Bayern has been unbeaten the whole season in the Bundesliga and they lost to Augsburg. Tell me the history between those
teams. I knew it, but I did not have the cojones.
The cojones.
I knew it. Augsburg is like a derby.
Yeah.
They always bring trouble to Bayern. They always play Bayern tough and physical. And the last time Bayern had a very long run was around 2013, 2014. And the team to snap that streak was Augsburg. And there's something with Bayern. Whenever Bayern plays in the Champions League and then they go back to the Bundesliga, they always either tie the game or they lose. I've seen it so many times. Last season, Bayern played Champions League game and then they got beaten at home by Bochum.
Yeah.
3-2. And Bochum is now relegated. Those guys, Bayern plays well, but they'll always give you a chance. Just like Barcelona. They'll always give you so many goals. They will concede against Augsburg, concede against Wolfsburg. The smallest of teams, they'll always concede multiple goals. But then Kompany will always find ways to win. But that was the game they couldn't win because that's the derby. They always play tough, they always play hard, and those guys came out with a win. Olise almost equalized at the last second.
What a power shot.
But hey, it is what it is. But I'm extremely happy that Bayern lost the game.
Yeah.
Because now the Champions League is over. I have a plan.
You had a feed, but
I'm gonna be writing Bayern from now to I'm gonna start this weekend. And then I decide what happens next.
Okay, yeah, but that was a good game. And another one here which we called as well. The biggest game from the weekend, Arsenal versus Manchester United.
Glory, glory, man. I don't have to watch the same, but I'll sign it, man. Let it song.
Yeah, Man United.
That was an excellent game.
How do you start your career with 2 games, Manchester City and Arsenal?
And you beat both of them.
And you beat both of them. And it's not like a fluke, to be sincere. It was a convincing...
It was a masterclass.
So do we think that Amorim was just pretty much a bad coach or... Because these are the same players.
I think he was not getting the most out of the players. Okay, take a look at Kobe Mino. He wasn't playing at all. But look at, he ran the most in both games against Manchester United and Arsenal. And he gave an assist to Cunha before when he scored. But I just think Amorim, he wasn't getting best of the entire squad.
So do we think Portugal is just a scam? Because to be honest, Portuguese players coming like Darwin Núñez, Victor Gyökeres, even their coach is Amorim. Do we think there's just a problem with Portugal that we're not seeing? Because even the replacement for Victor Gyökeres as he went to Arsenal is Luis Suarez, who came from 2nd division in Spain, and he has scored 28 goals. Is that somebody we should be looking at, or should we say the Portuguese league is just a scam and you should avoid it in general?
I mean, the level is different. The level of the Premier League is really different from so many leagues. Even Eden Hazard, he was doing very well in Chelsea, but he went to Madrid. He got injuries and he wasn't playing very well. At the same time, Benfica beat Madrid in the Champions League, so you can see, well, does it mean that the Champions League is bomb? But I mean, the Premier League is level above every other league, and it also depends on the system that you go into. Exactly. I still think Vitor Gyökeres is very, very much underutilized at Arsenal.
Yeah,
because the way that guy was playing, if you can, I mean, you have the midfielders to supply that guy. Odegaard is not really playing well.
Odegaard is a very
Vitor has the potential to score 30 goals. He to compete with Erling Haaland, but they don't build around him. I think Arteta is not building around the striker.
Exactly.
That's the simple thing.
Odegaard holds the ball and he's
waiting.
He's
running
Saka.
Exactly.
Gyökeres is making two runs, and then he does. I haven't seen one true pass from Odegaard to Gyökeres. It doesn't make sense that you have been playing from the beginning of the season till now, and then you cannot see one major chance created from your midfielder attention to your striker. I think they should be looking more at Eberechi, to be honest.
Yeah, and if you look at what Man City does very well, they always find those through balls with Haaland. Without through balls, you see Haaland trying to score headers or tap-ins and here and there. But whenever he finds the through ball, he can always do that. That's something that Vitor Gyökeres can actually do. He's a prolific striker. He can shoot on target. He knows where the goal is. He can find a target. But he doesn't get so many chances, or at least a good number of chances to actually score many goals. There was actually a tip where Saka would cut in and then he would cut him back, and Vitor was frustrated because sometimes you have to be so direct, and that's what the strikers want. Yeah. But I really think, I wish Barcelona had the money to get Victor. We couldn't. If I was the one who was managing Barca, I would call Deco and say, hey, if we cannot get Julian Alvarez, let's get Victor. Because he's a young player who can score so many goals, headers, tap-ins, everything you want. But hey, good luck to good game, Man United, for sure. I think Man United will play very well in the second half of the season. They might actually finish top 5. If Chelsea keeps playing the way they're playing on the road this season, Man United might actually finish in the top 4 and Chelsea will drop off. But let's see what they do against Fulham. Fulham is a team that is not as big as City and Arsenal, so maybe they might slack a little bit. But 2 games is not enough sample size to really say, okay, this Man United team can play like this constantly for an entire 8 to 10 games.
Yeah.
So let's see how things go.
That next game is a good one against Fulham, so we'll see how it goes. But yeah, talking about just Chelsea and Barcelona, the last 2 games have been winning convincingly. What do you think about? I mean, Barcelona is doing extremely good so far. Like, they're playing very, very well. Do you think that guys ride this and then go to win a treble or quadruple or something?
Domestic treble, I think so. Domestic treble, yes. Because Madrid is going to be going on the road in the playoffs. They are so busy. I mean, they're out of the Copa del Rey, so I think we might get that
easily.
We might win that, hopefully easily. La Liga is something we have to put a lot of effort in. The Champions League, I'm not really sold yet because we can't defend. And I think defense plays a lot in the Champions League.
Because you're playing against big boys, not the children in La Liga. Continue.
I don't know. I mean, we've won multiple games on the road. When it comes to the Champions League, you have to know how to play well away from home. It's not about winning 4-1 at home or winning 3-0 at home in front of your fans with all the momentum, disrupting communication. You have to also play extremely well in a neutral setting, following a specific system and facing all those adversities, against a team that is also very, very complete with all the midfielders and all the defenders and all the attackers. So it's actually different when you start. And that's the reason why you see so many teams having good performances at home, like Chelsea. Today was Chelsea's first win on the road. Even though it was against a bad Napoli team, but it was still a win. Barca won a couple of games on the road against Newcastle. That's a very good team, against Slavia Prague. But in the end, when the big moment comes, can you make those? Can you win? Can you score from those chances? Can you defend when it matters? We could have gone to the final if whatever we did didn't happen. Araujo went to therapy. Hopefully he's back. He's better. Maybe, just maybe this year he has that magical moment to defend well and we go to the semifinals and the final. I don't know, but we have a lot of work to do, Barcelona. Chelsea, same thing. You guys are playing very well. You have a good, talented team, but, new coach, new system, plenty of time to adjust. Needs to work on the away performance.
4 wins out of 5
matches. You guys are doing very well. You guys have to play a lot of games too. You have to play with Man City, Arsenal, So yeah, let's see how things go. But as far as Barca is concerned, I'm not really looking forward to losing anytime soon. I want to win. That's what is important to me. I need my weekly mental health to be extremely good. So yeah, that's what I'll say for now. We have enough time to actually rest before we think of the Champions League. So now is the time to actually accumulate points in La Liga, get to the semifinals of the Copa del Rey, and let's see where we go from there. So yeah, that's actually where we're at now in Spain.
Yeah, I mean, it looks good. I mean, to be honest, it looks good for Barcelona, Real Madrid. I mean, new coach Arbeloa. I don't know what goes. To be honest, I don't know what goes to the mind of Florentino Perez if he hires coaches like, for example, Arbeloa. Zidane, that was a surprise, to be honest, coming in as a new coach and winning 3 Champions League back to back. It's just surprise. I don't know if he's trying to get the same thing out of Arbeloa, but bro, that's actually like
it's not gonna work.
I don't know what goes to the mentality of like hiring Arbeloa as a coach of Real Madrid.
I have a bold prediction.
What?
As long as Hansi Flick is the coach of FC Barcelona, Real Madrid will not win any trophy, anything at all, because we're gonna win La Liga.
Penale.
We're gonna win exactly the penalties, and we're gonna win every single thing.
All right.
But Madrid, they don't have defenders. They don't have you have a lot of talented midfielders and they can't play. A lot of good attackers. You don't have a point man. You guys are confused up front.
Yeah.
Just keep up, please. That's all I want from you. Perez, just keep firing coaches, bringing new coaches, get chaos in there, and we're going to just stick to Hansi Flick, play some Flick football, and just keep winning all the domestic trebles. These are not domestic trebles coming in. Back-to-back domestic trebles.
Well, let's see how it goes.
I'm excited anyways.
But yeah, let's see. It's 1 point, so let's see how it goes. Next thing, interesting one is something which we're going to be looking forward to more, shining more light on prospects from the weekend and stuff, or the week in general. So we have some very, very exciting prospects. The first one is Endrick. Most people, since Endrick left Real Madrid to Lyon on loan, he went to Real Madrid and he has played 3 games. Can you imagine the 3 games and his how he has performed the 3 games? The first game, he scored a goal. Second game, an assist. And the third game, he scored a hat-trick. Endrick scored a hat-trick. So what do you think? What do you think is the reason behind his poor performances in Real Madrid? Was it lack of playing time? Or is that the French league is just so bad? Or what do you think? Or is Endrick normally not a good player? What's going on with Endrick?
It was lack of play time at Madrid. That's simple. I think when Ancelotti was still the manager, I think you recall that whenever Endrick came in as a substitute, he would score.
Yeah, he would score.
Many times he would score as a substitute. And I think he had confidence at that time. But I think once Ancelotti left, Mbappe was more of a striker and he was playing most of the games. And then you had Gonzalo coming in as well, Gonzalo Ramos. It wasn't easy for Endrick to have play time. That's one thing. And when you don't have play time, you don't have confidence. There's a lot of mental toll that comes into consideration when these guys are playing. So I think Endrick, he didn't have enough to actually prove himself. And now he went to France. He's got a chance to actually play very well. I think the league is a little bit easier and, he's playing freely. So it always depends on the coach and the environment. They say, hey, do what you'd like to do best. And, he went in, he did what he does best and he scored. He's been scoring. Like, at least that's like 5 goals or so in less than 4 games.
Yeah.
So that's great. And Madrid bought him for a reason because he was doing the exact same thing in Brazil. So quick question, yes or no? Do you think Endrick becomes a world star? Do you think one day Endrick becomes a world-class player? We're talking of the likes of Rafinha and stuff like that. It's going to be very difficult because in order to become a world-class player, you have to play for a world-class team and maybe win something like the Champions League. Even Bukayo Saka, he's a talented player right now. He plays for Arsenal, but you can't really say confident that he's a world-class player because he hasn't won anything yet.
Not at all.
So if Endrick has to achieve that status, he has to go back to Spain and he has to score goals at Madrid and he has to win something, which is tough because you have Barca now.
Yeah.
And you also have Mbappe playing at that striker position and you have Vinicius playing the 11th position too. So it's like, well, you can't succeed in that environment. So maybe he can go to England and see, or, because I don't think he might achieve that status in Germany or France or, Italy at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Endrick, very interesting. We really hope he does well. I actually hope he does well. He's now playing out from the left wing. I really hope he does well. But kudos to Endrick and
for sure. That's a great start.
Yeah. Okay, guys, quick breaks. Please like, share, and subscribe again. Thank you guys for watching. And now our new segment, which we've been talking about last week, we spoke about it. Random question. So the random question for this week, right? You have a chance to win 1 million or 1 million. You have a chance to get $1 million. The only thing is that you're pushed 10 years forward, and they give you $1 million.
10 years forward.
Yeah, $10 million. Sorry, 10 years forward.
$10 million.
Yeah, 10 years forward. Or they send you 10 years backward, and everything that you know, you still have it in your head, like 10 years back.
So I can become 10 years younger and I still retain my knowledge.
Yeah, you retain your knowledge.
That I have now.
Yeah, but you're not going back like 10 years anywhere else or anything. You just go 10 years back, but with your knowledge, or you go 10 years forward with $10 million.
Hell no, I'm going back, dog. There's no way I'm wasting my life, 10 years of my life.
That's 10 million. Do you know what it means to have $10 million?
No, I can get something similar if I get back in time with the knowledge I have right now.
So what would be your plan?
First of all, get back into my parlays and download DraftKings.
No, but how we know that for a fact? It's not like when you go back 10 years backwards, everything will replace exactly as it was.
I mean, but the knowledge is there, right?
Yeah, the knowledge is there for sure.
Yeah, for sure, man.
So you feel like betting is still betting. It's not like you're gonna go and you're gonna know all the scores of the games.
I mean, obviously, but I mean, experience. You know, the experience, the knowledge, and even like other aspects of life. I know a lot. I know a lot to actually go back in time and make a lot of adjustments to the point where I can actually get to a specific level. Like if I get to this current point, I've achieved a lot. I cannot give 10 years of my life right now.
10 years back, I hope you know you see how to come to America and maybe they refuse you the visa.
So they can refuse me the visa, but I cannot know the scores of the. No,
I'm saying like when you go back 10 years behind, things change. Like
no, if I go back 10 years behind, I'll even do better at the interview.
That's it. You don't know exactly what happened. Maybe for some reason one thing changes. Maybe the person who interviewed that day he fell sick or something. Like for example, where they say changing one thing has a butterfly effect, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you came in that day, you wore intervention and you had a butterfly effect, and someone else interviewed you. So do you think that going back 10 years, coming here, being here, for example, a lot of things had to work in your favor? Like maybe how you succeeded back home in Cameroon, how you got your interview to come to America, how you got exposed and everything. Everything is different. You have the knowledge, but I'm fine.
What knowledge? So what knowledge have I accumulated from my time here that I'm going to retain?
Everything you know and have is there. Like how you think, how you reason, how people feel, how like everything you know is like bookwork. For example, you know about AWS right now.
I'm still gonna know about AWS.
You're still gonna know about AWS right now. Obviously, maybe in 2016, maybe something happens and then Azure blows up instead, or AWS actually blows up because in 2016 it was already a big thing.
I'm gonna go back, man. I'm gonna go back. I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back. There's no way I can give up 10 years. Do you know what is 10 years?
But you have $10 million.
No, dog. Guys, money cannot buy time.
Is this guy Noah?
Money cannot buy time.
If you're given the opportunity to go 10 years in front, 10 years ahead, and then you get $10 million, or go 10 years behind, and then you have all the knowledge you've acquired already. It doesn't mean that you just go and bet on a game, for example. Obviously, there's a butterfly effect. Things change. The scores will not be exactly the same, but you have the same knowledge about bookwork, skills in life, things that might grow, how AI might blow up, how cloud might
just do Bitcoin.
Things to invest, maybe Bitcoin.
It's too many things, man.
Bitcoin, there might be a butterfly effect and it might not be Bitcoin.
There might. I understand the guarantee of $10 million and you lose 10 years of your life. Do you want to lose? Are you going to have a kid in 10 years?
I mean, I don't know. Okay, I'm going to have a kid in 10 years for sure.
I mean, if you have to accept the 10 years and $10 million.
No, it's just like you live here and just 10 years. Nothing has changed, but you just have $10 million.
So you'll be 10 years older with $10 million?
Yes.
But you don't know what happened in the last 10 years?
Yeah, it will just be blank. It will just be like blank.
Nah, I'm good, man. That was a good one, but I like time. I think 10 years is worth more than $10 million. Simple.
Okay. And you're still very young, so it's just strange, but.
Oh, yeah, I understand you, man. But
Okay.
But yeah, I want to enjoy.
Guys, please comment and tell us what you think. Maybe
I'm sure everybody's gonna be with me.
It doesn't make sense, guys. It's $10 million. So
what would you choose?
What
would you choose?
I'm still $10 million. That's a lot of money, guys.
Oh, so you lose 10 years of your life?
No, but going back behind, I mean, obviously, it's just the only thing I'm scared of is the butterfly effect, right? That changing.
What would you choose?
I'm the one asking the questions, guys.
What would you choose?
No, I think, to be honest, I'm like, I'll probably go back behind.
Thank you.
Just because of the knowledge and everything, you know. But
thanks.
But having the assurance of $10 million is a lot. I don't know, maybe the value of the currency might be down, but you know.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah,
but yeah.
And maybe a butterfly effect can make you win a 20 leg parlay 15 times.
Can't remember score. If I give you, it's not like if you go back behind, you have you cannot remember the scores of the
Oh yeah, you cannot remember. You cannot remember. But trust me, you would know what Bayern does after the Champions League game.
I mean, yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, no, I definitely get it. But Nvidia, what are you talking about? Oh, go back home. Nvidia
stocks.
Yeah, so that's easy. That's easy. That was an easy question.
Now I'm thinking about it, but I'm telling you, the butterfly effect can happen. Like just going back in time, you can say something that affects 1, 2, 3, and it knocks down this. But yeah, okay, guys. Now on to the next thing. We'll be talking about sports betting, and then looking at the games for the upcoming week.
I cannot wait for this one.
Yeah, first one we'll talk about. Very big one, Spurs, Man City. You always love this fixture. You always talk about this fixture. We've spoken about it so many times, but Tottenham Hotspur versus Man City. Quick question. First things first. As a Spurs fan, if you're a Spurs fan, would you prefer to win Man City and give us now the chance to win the league, or you prefer to lose against Man City and let Man City have the chance to win the league and Arsenal remain the way Arsenal is?
Correction, if, not as.
If
as a Spurs fan, you would want to win this game. That's one thing. You have to win. You're out of the top 6. You would want to win this game.
And then leave Arsenal to become...
To gain 3 more points or whatever they have to do, right? And then have hope in the future that, hey, somebody's going to win Arsenal. Maybe Bournemouth again will beat Arsenal, or Aston Villa will win Arsenal again. I don't know if they play ready twice. And then they have to play Man City again. So you can say, hey, you know what? I'm going to take my chances here. I'm going to get 3 points, go up by a couple of spots in the table, and then hope that somebody beats Arsenal. But you cannot become your own enemy by just hitting on your fellow London team because, you don't want them to progress. So yeah, I would say I'll take the 3 points. I'll try to get back to the top 5 and then just hope that, we can still beat them. Spurs still have to play Arsenal. So there's just too many avenues for Arsenal to drop points, but you still have to win. You couldn't beat Burnley last weekend, so you have to win this game. So yeah, that's what I'm going to say.
Yeah, okay, but what do you think about the match in general?
Spurs have been so bad recently, but they know how to beat Man City. Man City, on the other hand, they couldn't score a second half goal against Wolves. They couldn't score against Galatasaray in the second half. So I'm looking at this match and I'm like, Spurs have an opportunity here to actually win this game if they play complementary football for 90 minutes. And I'm going to be liking them to win the game because Man City, they have players, but they cannot really sustain.
They are not gelled. They're not gelled yet.
They're not juiced up.
Yeah, everything is just...
De Bruyne, that X factor. They are that X factor.
Yeah.
Where you can actually just you can produce magic, like give that through ball for Haaland to score a goal.
Exactly.
And just make those defensive stops. Man City actually almost considered against Wolves last weekend. I was sitting on my couch last weekend at 90th minute and I was seeing Magay making a save and I'm like, bro, is that what this has
been all pumped up?
Is that what this has become? You're barely begging to actually keep a clean sheet against bottom sitting Wolves. That's crazy. I think Spurs have to win this game, and I think they would avoid defeat at least. What about you?
Man, Spurs have just been so bad, to be honest. I don't think they can stand against Man City. Just because they've been so bad. Like against Burnley.
They scored this lucky goal to tie the game.
I think maybe this match might even be the match that probably gets Thomas Frank sacked. I think he should just remain with coaching small teams, maybe stay with the Fulhams, the Brentfords, because he just cannot handle Spurs. Christian Romero has been scoring goals. Like he has scored like 3 goals in the last 4 or 5 matches. Yeah, depending on your defender to score headers to give you a draw, man. I just don't think they are man enough to even stand City. I think even a poor City, they might not win the game 2-3-4-0, for example, but I feel like they just have enough to like win or to get past Spurs. But on the other hand, this kind of game presents a perfect opportunity for a team like Spurs to actually do something which will impress the fans. I think if I'm the manager in the dressing room, I'll be telling the players that, hey, this is a big team, Man City. Winning this game puts a smile on your fans' face. This is something you should. I mean, if you win Burnley, they'll be like, hey,
no, it's Burnley.
We still want you to go away. But if you can take time and win a team like Man City, I think it gives your team bragging rights even for the weekend or something. So it gives a very good opportunity for Spurs. And then, and then the other thing, obviously, Spurs has been Man City's kryptonite. So maybe
exactly
Man City's coming in, they'll be having that mentality inside. Pep Guardiola having that mentality might affect a couple of things. We know he's a manager who is used to thinking so much and then doing some things funny. So that can happen as well.
Yeah. But yeah. I really hope so. But I think Spurs, they also have a personal problem. I don't think they have the proper players to play at the level that you really want them to for a top 5 team.
Yeah.
I think Xavi Simons is good, but I don't think he's that consistent for a Premier League player. Yeah. And the other guys, they're also new. Mwane is new. It's like Kudus has been a little bit slack.
Yeah.
So things have been different right now. But I think Spurs, they have a problem with the actual player and the quality. And that's why I think you see them performing inconsistently. But this weekend we're going to actually see on Sunday. We're going to see how they play, and that'll be interesting.
Yeah. Talking about another team without an X factor is Arsenal. Arsenal versus Leeds. Leeds versus Arsenal. Arsenal have pretty much no X factor. They have no player like Paul Scholes was saying. If you're trying to draw up first team level Premier League and the top 4, there'll be no player from Arsenal. There'll be no player who has played for Arsenal who has been consistent enough to get into the final half of the field as a player. Saka hasn't been good. He has 7 goals this season, 5 goals from penalties. That's absolutely bad for your star player. Gyökeres, same thing, trash. Trossard, I mean, he's good, but he's not that good. Martinelli, nothing. So
they'll just go to the corner flag.
Exactly.
That's the X factor. Go to the corner flag, corner FC. That's it's not me. That's what I saw online.
But the thing is that Leeds are a very, very big team.
Yeah, Leeds are tough.
Leeds are a very, very big team. So they have very big players, very top players, and that's how they score Chelsea. So scoring them in the corners is going to be something challenging because they have extremely big players. From their midfielders, Stark and Padu, they have very, very big players. And I think they'll be able... I mean, another thing is just the mentality in which the players defend the corners and stuff, but I think they have very big players that can be very challenging.
Yeah.
So I think this game is going to be very interesting. What do you think?
I'm scared for Arsenal. Do you know that the first time these two teams played at the Emirates Stadium, Leeds outcrossed Arsenal?
Imagine.
And I lost my party.
Imagine.
So I think this game is going to be a game for Arsenal to win. I think Arsenal will be more direct in this game. I think Leeds have a way of playing tough against these guys. And I mean, I think Arsenal might find a way to win 1-0. I think so, but I don't think they'll score so many goals against Leeds because those guys have a way of playing and their fans are so involved in the game, can actually disrupt your style. But I think after that loss to Man United, Arsenal will sit and be like, okay, you know what? We're done with the Champions League. We're going to have a break. Let's focus on the Premier League. Let's come up with a game plan to beat Leeds. Liverpool scored 3 goals against Leeds. If Arsenal can try to score 1 or 2 goals and then lean on our defense to make stops, they can actually squeeze out a win in here. Same thing with Leeds. Leeds, I mean, even though it was an away game against Everton, they scored first in the first half, but they conceded in the second half and the game ended 1-1. So I think Arsenal, if they just take it easy, play quietly, play calm, play collective football, defend very, very well first, and then try to score, you can squeeze a win out of this game. But it's not going to be easy at all. It's not going to be defeating, Chelsea 3-2 at the Stamford Bridge, for instance. So I think Arsenal can win this game, but it's going to be a tall task. It's going to be very tough, very, very tough.
Yeah, I think so as well. I think it's going to be a tough task for Arsenal. I hope they don't win, to keep the league interesting. So yeah, that's it for me. And then next game, Manchester United versus Fulham.
Whoa.
Now, this is a game. This is no longer Man City. This is no longer Arsenal where there's butterflies everywhere. This is a game. Fulham, very good team, compact team. Harry Wilson on fire. What do you think, Manchester United versus Fulham?
I think Man United wins this game. I think they win this game. One person that could have posed a problem, in my opinion, is Adama Traore, and he's gone.
Adama Traore? Which Adama Traore?
I mean, I know Wilson is playing very well, but I don't think he can actually navigate himself through Casemiro and Kobe Minu like that. I don't think he can actually find the space to do magic. I mean, he might try to find a foul and score one of those free kicks, or he might flick the ball. But I don't think with the level that Manchester United is playing right now, going back to the Old Trafford, and after winning Arsenal, I think it's gonna be Man United fans right now.
They don't want to hear anything.
Are on adrenaline. I think they are on drugs right now.
They have
you don't think they'll be quiet at home.
New songs for every game. Cunha, Bruno, Dogu, Fernandes, Dogu.
Yes, it's gonna be electric.
Another news. What if the new song for this week?
Yeah, exactly. So it's gonna be a game where Man United will be like, you know what, no nonsense. We're gonna beat these guys at home, and we're gonna go to the next game and find out what we have to do. It's gonna be a win for Man United.
I think same too. First things first, Fulham is very stubborn, to be honest. We know that for a fact. But I just feel like Man United have enough. They just have enough with Cunha, and Dogu is injured. Yes, but I think this game Dogu wasn't even supposed to start, even if he wasn't injured. I think it will be Mateus Cunha playing there. Mateus Cunha, Buemo, and Bruno Fernandes, Casemiro, and other playing in the midfield. I just feel like Man United have too much. They have too much at this point. They have everything going. They have the players going. They have the momentum on their side. I feel like everything is just going in the right direction. I think Man United gets a good win. I don't think it will be as easy as people think or comfortable as people think, but I think they have enough to just get past Fulham. So yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm with you right here. Man United gets the win, and I'm going to be pumped because I really like to watch Man United and Liverpool play. And for some reason, I love to watch those two teams play. Even Chelsea. You know, at least I'm so happy when Chelsea gets to lose. But
I don't even watch Barcelona games. They're not impressive like that.
I mean, as long as you bet on Barcelona games, that's no fine. So long as you bet on my team to do something in favor of them winning, that's no problem.
Yeah.
But anyways, that was a good one. And you're also going to bet on my team again this weekend, won't you?
Maybe. I played away from home. I might not bet on it. But it's a very good game. You can remember this game at the beginning of the season. Liverpool versus Newcastle. Rio Gumoha scoring in the last minute of the game.
What a goal.
And he has been benched forever since then. I don't know if, like they say, Cody Gakpo has the sex tapes of.
I know, he's got his tapes.
But why does he keep on playing? And why don't they give Gumoha a chance, Federico Chiesa, who scored at the weekend, a chance? You know, I mean, they've been playing 1 or 2 games, but it's very, I don't know why. I thought for a fact Rio Gumoha will have a higher playing, like, will play a lot more games this season than what he has done. Like, he hasn't started up to 5 games or anything. He's just barely seen the field. I don't know.
Next Lord.